What's up, guys? Today, real quick, we are going to talk about. Hold on, this is for a meeting. Yep, I'll be there. Life of a real estate agent, guys. Life of a real estate agent. So today, I real quick want to talk about clients and when you need to let them go. So, I know, especially for everyone that's listening to this, if you are a new agent, you're kind of in that mindset of, I need clients. I need as many clients as possible. I'm going to screw up at some point. I know not every client is going to go to closing, so I need 100 clients and maybe I can get 10 of them to closing. That's kind of that mindset that's going through your head right now, where you think, I need to do whatever I have to do to get this person to like me and get them to buy a house or sell their house or whatever you're doing. And it's really hard when you have a client that is dishonest, disrespectful, distrusting, and they just take away, they're energy drainers and they're time wasters. And you're spending all this time and energy on someone, and you have to kind of realize, all right, when is this not worth my time? Okay? Some people, okay, depending on where you are in life or where you are in your career or just where your niche is, some people don't deal with certain price points. You know, I don't like working with anything under 100,000. Will I? Sure. But it's really only going to be because someone asked me to. Asked me to take care of this client. Other than that, I don't want to deal with something under 100K. I'm going to be doing the same amount of work for something that's 300K, and I'm going to get basically nothing. You know, you're not going to get paid on that. So, is that worth it? Is it worth my time? No, it's not. So when that client comes to me, I say, hey, listen, I don't know, that's not my area of expertise. If you talk to this agent, though, they'll be able to help you out a lot better than I could because they deal with that market a lot more. Now, that's an easy one to do. That's an easy one to, lack of a better term, get out of. What do you do when you have a client that is an hour late to a showing multiple times? That's constantly, I'm going to be a few minutes late, and now you're waiting there for 30 minutes. What do you do there? And the answer is, well, you got to have a conversation. Because I know your time is very valuable, and we don't get paid hourly. You could sit at home all day. You could your client could call you up, say, hey, Phil, I want to put a contract on this house. I don't even need to see it. It's perfect. I've seen it before in the past. My friend used to own that house. I love it. Let's go. And I can go, okay, let's put a contract in. And everything, we can get the house. We can get it through everything. And maybe I worked 5 hours on the entire deal. Well, I got paid a lot of money if I do it hourly. But you get those clients where they suck up a lot of hours. And waiting around is just a time waste. I mean, you are just wasting time. So what do you say to them? What do you say to that client? I've dealt with it a lot. I've dealt with it more than I like to share. And the last 2 weeks, I've dealt with it multiple times with multiple different clients. So, I came to the conclusion where I told one of them, because I had another appointment. The other one I haven't had an appointment with since. Haven't talked to him since. The other one, I told them, listen, if you're going to be 10 minutes late, I need to know 20 minutes before the appointment happens. I need to know that. Because my day is booked with appointments. I have showings with other clients. I have to be in different locations. If you're going to be 10 minutes late, I need to know. If you're going to be over 10 minutes, the appointment is over. It's only a 30-minute showing. Okay, sometimes it's only a 15-minute showing. If you're 15 minutes late, half the appointment is over. If half the appointment is over, you missed the appointment. And that's what I had to tell this client. Listen, I need to know this. And I will cancel. and we will schedule it at another time. But I can't deal with that because I have other clients that are relying on me. And now, here's the thing. Between you and me, whether you have those other clients or other appointments or not, who cares? Your time is valuable. Okay, that person should not be disrespecting you that way. All right, that client should not just be doing whatever they want on their time and just assuming that you'll wait around for them. I've had clients ask me, tell me that they were going to be a few minutes late, end up being an hour late, and then tell me, hey, I'm really hungry. I was going to stop somewhere. Is it okay if I'll be there in about a half hour? No. And some people think that's okay. You are the person that needs to elaborate on how this is going to work. You need to let them know up front. Now, normally I don't do it unless they end up being late, because not everyone is a late person. I've had a lot of clients that they are there right on time. I've had clients that are always early. I've had clients, I'm always about 10 minutes early. I've had clients that are there before I am every single time. So I've never said anything about being late to those clients. I really only bring it up now. If someone is late, I then tell them, hey, this is not going to stand. Now, here's the hard part. If they continue to be late and they don't tell you, or they tell you the time of the appointment, say your appointment's at 11 o'clock, and they say at 11:01, hey, I'm going to be 20 minutes late. That's very disrespectful in my mind. I find that very disrespectful. You are disrespecting my time because you're supposed to be in front of me right now. And now you're telling me you're going to be 20 minutes late. It's like, well, you know I'm at the house already. Like, you already know I'm there. It's very disrespectful. At what point do you let that client go? At what point do you say, this is not worth my time? Maybe I'll make $2,000 on this client. Maybe I'll waste another 6 months and 30 hours, sitting around waiting. So you have to make that decision. It really is up to you. If you're willing to deal with that type of a client, that's up to you. But you need to have some sort of a lateness policy, and you need to make sure that's universal throughout everyone, so that if your clients know each other, they don't find out that one client you treated them one way, another client you treated them another. It's very important to have a universal policy on this. And then just finding out, when is it the last straw? What's your breaking point? And how do you tell a person that? So again, my thing with being late, I tell them, if you're going to be 10 minutes late, I need to know 20 minutes ahead of time. Like, I need to know 20 minutes before our appointment starts that you're going to be late. And we might have to cancel it completely, but you have to let me know. Like, I will not wait. And if I'm waiting for 10 minutes, I'm going to leave. Like, that's it. That's what I started. Once people are late, I tell them, I will wait for 10 minutes. If I do not hear from you, I'm leaving. And that's how I work with everyone now. And when I tell people, they start telling me right away, oh, hey, Phil, I'm real sorry. I'm going to be 5 minutes late. 5 minutes is okay. Understandable. Sometimes they'll tell me, oh, I'm going to be 20 minutes late. I'm going to be 30 minutes late. Appointment's over. Don't even bother coming. Turn around, go back home. Sometimes I'll say, I know you live 10 minutes away. How are you going to be 30 minutes late? But, see, main point is, you need to figure this out. Another thing is clients being dishonest. So there's a little saying, buyers are liars. It really comes down, what I found, the most common thing is financing. I've seen it in their pre-approvals, depending on who their lender is. They try to finagle their finances a little bit. Sometimes they tell you that they have enough money to cover an appraisal gap. And depending on what state you're in, you don't have access to their finances. You don't want access to their finances. You don't want your hand to be in that cookie jar. In some states, you actually do know all of that stuff. So you can tell whether your clients are being truthful or not. But if you have a client that is telling you, hey, I have a ton of money, I can put 30% down and I can do an appraisal gap and I can cover expenses and all this other stuff, you need to be really careful to make sure that your client is telling you the truth. Do your due diligence on your client. Don't just, I would say, trust but verify. Okay? Give your client the benefit of the doubt, but confirm everything. And let them know, hey, that's awesome, but I can't write this down until it is official. I need the documentation for it. Like, I'm not allowed to do that without proper documentation. Now, again, every state's a little different. You don't really need that documentation, but they don't know that. But it does protect them. And that's the other thing, because what's going to happen otherwise is they're going to get under contract, they're going to get to closing, and they're not going to have money to close. So it's kind of a nicer way of saying, hey, I don't really trust you. Give me the documents that prove that. Let them know, hey, I need to see the proof. I can't put this down in good faith without knowing that you're covered, because I don't want anything bad to happen. Another thing that clients will tell you a lot of different stuff about is, and it's a minor thing, but all their wants and needs. A lot of the time I've seen clients say, hey, I just need a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I don't want to be in the city. I want a little yard. And, off-street parking would be nice. Okay, that's not hard. Well, what about AC? It doesn't matter. AC would be nice, but it's not necessary. Okay, doesn't matter what the type of heating is. No, not at all. Okay, do you need a fenced-in backyard? I know you have dogs. No, not a fenced-in backyard. And then you get to a house, and it's, well, I need this, and this, and... Alright, we need to sit down, and we need to go through absolutely everything. And sometimes you can do that, and clients still don't tell you what they really want. But you hit a point where it's just like, alright, come on, we need to get to the bottom of this. There's no reason to go to a showing of a house that if I know what you want, I can cross it off the list. I've shown people houses, and they walked in and immediately said, oh, I hate this. Well, why are we here? You already saw the pictures that I sent you. You saw the listing. What was it about this house that you didn't like? Oh, well, I saw that it had the AC unit in the front yard. I can't have that. What? Or, sometimes it's ridiculous stuff like that. You never know. But getting to the bottom of it is going to save you so much time. And if you still can't get what your client wants out of your client, maybe it's time to let your client go. Maybe it's just not worth your time anymore. If you're going on constant showings, you're constantly sending them stuff, they're constantly emailing and texting and calling back and forth, at what point is it not worth it? Everyone has a breaking point. You just need to find yours. And another thing I want to talk about is kind of the disrespect. So, again, your time is very valuable. My time is very valuable. A lot of people have this idea that they are your only client, that no other client exists. It's just you and them. And you and I know that's not how it is. I know that's not how it works. You know that's not how it works. So again, you have to be upfront with your clients with that. Hey, listen, I have a bunch of other clients that I work with. I might not be able to answer your text right away, but I will 100% get you within a few hours. Sometimes I can't answer the phone if I'm in another showing or anything. Send me a text message. That'll work. Be upfront with your clients about your communication, because you deal with a lot of people. You're in meetings. You're with clients. You're on appointments. You're at showings. So be upfront. That's going to help. The big thing where I find the disrespect is there's a lot of people out there that think that real estate agents are, lack of a better term, sketchy. They think we're trying to pull something over on everyone. I've heard it multiple times of buyers say, oh, I think the seller's trying to hide something. I think they know of a leak in the roof and they're trying to hide it. Well, they can't hide it. They legally have to disclose any information about that. Oh, well, that doesn't mean that they're going to. And then they say, that's one thing. They're talking about the seller. And then they say, And they're a real estate agent. All real estate agents are liars. They're just trying to get the deal closed. I'm a real estate agent. You hired me. And you think that we're all liars? Why am I here? What am I doing? And if you come across someone like that, that's just like, they don't trust you. If your client doesn't trust you simply because you're a real estate agent, or if there's a personal thing going on, you should probably walk away from that client. In all honesty, it's going to be a tough relationship. Because when it comes to putting in an offer, especially in this market, and you tell them, they say, oh, I want to do asking price, which doesn't happen. I want to get a home inspection, which is hard to do. I have an FHA loan, and I need a 5% seller's assist. Well, you and I know that in January of 2022 in the United States market, none of those things are getting you a house in 99% of the zip codes in our country. There might be a few places that you could still get a house like that for that offer. Not where I'm at. Not at all. But if your client doesn't trust you and you tell them, hey, listen, the market is not like that anymore. That's not an offer that we can get you a house right now. I really think that we needed to cut that seller's assist. We need to probably cut out the home inspection if you want to offer asking price, or we should increase asking price, still get the home inspection, but maybe tell them, hey, we won't ask for any repairs unless they're over a certain price range. You know, you need to communicate a bunch of things on how to make that offer better. But if they don't trust you, are they going to listen? And that's the thing. If you have a client that doesn't trust you, either because of personal reasons or just because they don't trust real estate agents, question is, one, why did they hire one? Why did they sign up with you in the first place? Why did they sign a contract? And two, why are you working with that person? You know, that's really rough to work with when your client doesn't trust you and doesn't listen to your advice or anything like that. So the big thing is, when you're starting out, I know personally, I used to work with a lot of renters. I'm fading renters out right now. I don't want to work with renters anymore. My time is more valuable sitting on my couch with my wife and my dogs, watching TV, doing nothing real estate wise, than it is working with renters. Because it's stressful, it wastes my time, and I get paid nothing. You know, you get paid very small amounts for rentals. Is that worth it? When I first started, it was. Because I needed that clout. You know, I needed the experience. I needed the Google reviews. I needed a little bit of income. At this point, I don't need that anymore. It's very stressful. And you need to figure out, where are your pain points in your real estate career, in your company, in your system. Where are your pain points when it comes to clients? Be upfront about everything. Your time is very valuable. Even though you don't get paid hourly, you can still calculate an hourly pay. You know, I've done it before where I thought, hey, if I take the hours I worked on this deal, I made a ton of money every single hour. If I also include all the hours it took to market to this client, to get the client, well, now I didn't get paid so much. But you can figure out an hourly rate. And if you do it and you realize that you're getting paid $4 an hour to work with a client, is that worth it? At that point, you might as well keep going. You can't get any worse. But you really need to find out, you know, when's your breaking point? There are definitely clients out there that you're not going to mix well with. And sometimes you have to have that hard decision to say, hey, listen, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I know our relationship's a little tense. It doesn't really work out. I know you guys are really trying to get a house. I really try to get you one. I just don't think you and I are a good fit, though. I work with someone else, you know, Danny, Sean, whatever. Let me introduce you to them. I think they would be a much better fit for you. You know, that's something that you could say and they're going to respect that. And you're going to get a client off of your hands that you guys just don't mix well. Now, the friend that you hand them off to, make sure you give them a heads up of why you don't mix well, and make sure that they accept that. And they also think that, hey, you know what, I can deal with that. I can be a better fit. The point is, your time's really valuable. And some clients can be really hard to work with. You need to find out when to let go. Everyone has a breaking point. But that's it. That was my, 20-minute rant on this. Don't understand how I go so long sometimes. It's because I put so many scenarios into what I'm saying. But, again, I hope this just lets you think a little bit differently. Go from that starvation mode of I need every single client to, you know what, this client's not worth it. Sometimes, instead of working with a client, your time is more valuable finding another client completely, which is the hardest part in real estate, finding leads. But sometimes your time is more valuable finding better leads than working with a bad one. So just keep that in mind the next time that you're working with a stressful client. You guys might not be a good fit. It might be worth it to just walk away. So like the video, subscribe. I'm going to be coming out with more. As you know, I've talked in another video. I used to do videos with one of my partners. He's actually going back into the workforce. He's going to go back in the real world and just do real estate part-time from now on. At least for the time being, hopefully. So hopefully I'll have those videos posted on my page. I'll have those soon. It was kind of the same thing, just two different real estate agents talking about everything. But now that I don't meet with him, I'm going to be posting at least once a week, if not more. So stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more videos for you guys.